Today on Short Story Theatre, we offer a Christmas classic, refreshed. An ancient poem, updated for today. It's from the book Christmas Classics Refreshed. Everyone knows the story of the night before Christmas. Today we are going to tell you about the night before, as well as the night after Christmas. Ah yes, the night before Christmas. It's the greatest Christmas classic ever. To meddle and change it is our endeavor. I hope that you'll not think us the fool, for we're just wishing you a happy Yule. So, as I said for today's holiday story, here's something old, and something new. The ancient verse was written in 1823, and is one of the most famous poems in the world. Though some people doubt that it was Clement Moore who wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," there seem to be no other claimants to the piece, so I think it's proper we say that he is indeed the writer. As to who wrote "The Night After Christmas," I don't think anybody did. It just grew, from a few people playing a variation on the theme. Your author, Bill Russo, had the pleasure of writing a few of the lines and he hopes you might get a chuckle from them. So, for what it's worth, here's both "The Night Before Christmas" and "The Night After Christmas." 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that Saint Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed, to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow, gave the lustre of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, and called them by name. Now, Dasher. Now, Dancer. Now, Prancer. Now, Vixen. On, Comet. On, Cupid. On, Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now, dash away. Dash away. Dash away. All. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and Saint Nicholas, too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing, of each tiny hoof. As I drew in my head, and was turning around, down the chimney Saint Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled! His dimples, how merry! His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye, and a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle, but I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And now, the night after Christmas, 'twas the night after Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for a mouse. The stockings were flung in haste over the chair, for good old Saint Nicholas had been here, and gone elsewhere. The children were restlessly tossing in bed, for the pie, and the candy, were heavy as lead. For an all-nighter, binge watch on Netflix, Mama and I ate Chinese with chopsticks. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my chair to see what was the matter. Away to the window I went with a dash, flung open the shutter, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow, gave the lustre of noonday to objects below. when what to my anxious eyes, should appear but a Lexus, and a chauffeur, saying the doctor is here. The little old driver, the doctor did jettison, I knew, that he brought us some medicine. I drew in my head, and was turning around, when upstairs came the doctor, with scarcely a sound. He wore a thick overcoat, made long ago, and the beard on his chin, was white as the snow. He spoke a few words, and went straight to his work. He felt all the pulses, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, with a nod of his head, he did propose, a spoonful of the medicine, will make everyone feel dandy. But no more food. No nuts, no raisins, no cakes, and no candy. These tender young stomachs, cannot those well digest. As for the sweets that they get, toys and books are the best. But I know my advice will not find many friends, for the days of Christmas, the other way tends. The fathers and mothers, and Santa Claus, too, are indeed overfed. Here's something for you. If your tummies get queasier, take this milk of magnesia. Then, I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, cakes, candy, soda and such make doctors' bills just right. And so closes a Christmas edition of Short Story Theatre. The poem is from Bill Russo's book, Christmas Classics Refreshed. This is your host, Basil, saying, we hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, tell somebody else about our little theatre of the airwaves. And come back again real soon. Won't you?